Let me get my music right. What is going on, fam? Long time no hear from. This is your boy Marcus Washington, and you are on the mark where we talk everything Falcons football, man. So, um, it is what time is it? It's 4:44. Jay Z's last album, and Lamar Jackson was placed on the non-exclusive franchise tag by the Baltimore Ravens. Um, and Atlanta had been linked to Lamar Jackson for the last couple of months here. Because let's be honest, Atlanta ran into some new money with the salary cap space. Financially, it made sense. Um, but almost immediately after Baltimore put the non-exclusive franchise tag on him, it came out, and I mean immediately, that the Atlanta Falcons will not be pursuing Lamar Jackson per sources. Peter Schrager came out literally. Let me say Diana Rossini was the first one to report this, and then Peter Schrager literally 5 minutes later, after her tweet, said, "Can add to Diane ESPN report, Falcons aren't and haven't been in on pursuing Lamar Jackson." So here's what I'm looking at. Now, it has been reported and confirmed that Terry Fontenot did speak to Baltimore's GM during the combine about Lamar Jackson. There's a lot of Falcons fans that are going to be real upset hearing this news. And they were probably upset the minute they saw this tweet, right? I just think the price is too damn high. The guaranteed money is too damn high. If we look at, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. I honestly should have had this pulled up. Let's see, highest guaranteed contracts in the NFL as it stands right now. Um, Deshaun Watson, of course, is leading the pack. It ain't even close. $230 million guaranteed. Kyler Murray is right behind him at 190. Russell Wilson is at 165. Aaron Rodgers is at 150. Josh Allen is at 150. Now, out of this whole list, there's only one guy who's won MVP multiple times. That's Aaron Rodgers. None of these other guys have won MVP. Matter of fact, Kyler Murray shouldn't even be on this list. So if I'm Lamar Jackson, first of all, let me say this. I'm not even mad at Lamar Jackson. Go get your money, baby. Go get your money. But if I'm Terry Fontenot, I'm not paying this to Lamar Jackson neither. Y'all can blame Cleveland for this. Because people forget Deshaun Watson last year was in Atlanta when Cleveland made that crazy ass deal. Mind you, Cleveland had already been ruled out of destinations for Deshaun Watson. He didn't even want to go there. He was here. He was about to be a Falcon. The Saints found this out and started moving accordingly. It wasn't until Cleveland's retarded ass came out and said, "Hey, listen, we will give you $230 million and we'll give Houston whatever they want to in draft compensation." What was Deshaun Watson supposed to say? No? And because of that dumbass deal, we didn't get Deshaun Watson, and unfortunately, Baltimore didn't get to keep Lamar Jackson. Because if I'm Lamar, I'm looking at this like, y'all gave $230 million to a guy that hasn't played in a year and a half. Last time we saw him play, he led his team to a 4-12 record, and then got caught in a rub and tug massage scandal in the offseason. And y'all still gave him $230 million. What have I done? I ain't done nothing but win MVP, win games, And y'all trying to lowball me. Y'all aren't even giving me Kyler Murray money. What has Murray done? Murray got his coach fired. You look at Josh Allen. I mean, let's look at these guys. Deshaun Watson ain't done nothing. Generational talent, maybe. But Cleveland ain't going nowhere. That's probably going to end up being the worst contract in sports history. Reason being, they're paying him $42 million a year right now, right? You're not going to be able to build a team around him. And he's in a loaded conference with the likes of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Tua if his brains aren't knocked out. They ain't going nowhere. But Deshaun ain't done nothing. Kyler Murray has not done nothing. Josh Allen, good quarterback. Holla at me in the playoffs when you win some games. Get to the AFC Championship game and talk. Joe Burrow's been there twice with no O-line. Aaron Rodgers, you only got one chip, bro. And I'm an Aaron Rodgers guy. But this last year wasn't cutting it. One of your worst years, if not your worst year. So bad that now Green Bay is kind of okay with letting you go. And therein lies Lamar Jackson. Truth be told, Baltimore could have gotten this rectified a year before Deshaun Watson got this dumbass deal. They didn't. They tried to Dak Prescott him. So, therein lies the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of people talking about, hey, Atlanta don't want to win. They got a quarterback like this staring them in the face. They just don't want to win. And I'm like, have y'all considered what happened last year? If they weren't willing to pay Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed, what in the hell makes you think they was going to pay Lamar Jackson anywhere close to that? Because listen, when Lamar Jackson gets signed, Lamar Jackson's probably going to be around $205 million guaranteed, because it was reported that he's not asking for a fully guaranteed contract. But I guarantee you, this man is not going for anything under $200 million, because it wouldn't even be justified. If you pay this man $170 million guaranteed, that means Kyler Murray is making more money than him. On what planet is that even rational? So yeah, he's probably not asking for fully guaranteed money, but he probably wants $200 million fully guaranteed. And Atlanta, listen, if Atlanta would have made this move, I'm not gonna lie, I'd have been low-key pissed. But then I'd have been like, okay, y'all got him. Let's suit up and let's get it. But you still have to build a defense. You still have to get another wide receiver. And for me, with what picks, because you're giving up 2 number ones, you're giving up this year, and you're giving up next year's too. So to me, this was a want, not a need. What Atlanta needs is a defense. What Atlanta needs is another receiver. What Atlanta needs is pieces on that line that ensure Desmond Ridder is going to be able to stand up and we can actually get at the quarterback. That's what Atlanta needs. You're not going to get any of this paying a guy $200 million guaranteed. I'm sorry, bro, we just got out of salary. We just got out of cap hill. Y'all forget we were hogtied by Julio's contract and Matt Ryan's contract. Both these guys probably ain't even in the league next year. The one thing you don't do when you get new money is spend it all in one place. That's why I would have been like, hell no. We just got money. Substantial money. Let's build for the future. A team that's going to get Lamar Jackson is a team that's in contention right now. They have a defense. They got the pieces. All they need is a quarterback. Team like the Jets, team like Miami. They can say, hey, you know what? Fuck them picks. Here, Baltimore, y'all take these picks. Lamar, come get this bag. Let's go chase this Lombardi. What we telling Lamar? Yeah, you can come over here. We got the bag. When you get here, we got to build a defense. Got to make sure these lines are right. Because you're going to have a window with Lamar Jackson. Just like Cleveland has a window for Deshaun Watson. It's a small window before you have to start auctioning off pieces. Look at Kansas City. Gave Pat that money. Tyreek gone. Now Frank Clark gone. That's what you end up doing when you pay these ransoms to these quarterbacks. But you know what Atlanta looks like what they're doing? They're doing exactly what San Francisco's doing. San Fran said, man, we ain't chasing. We are not chasing ghosts. We're going to build from the draft. If we get a free agent, we can actually acquire and it don't kill us. We'll go get them. Oh, Rusty, I saw his last season. They were 4-12. He had all them numbers and they were 4-12. So they didn't win ball games because of those numbers. Them Matt Ryan stats. But what it seems like Atlanta's doing, we're gonna draft. We're gonna acquire talent the right way. That's why San Francisco's been in the playoff pick. They not only the playoff picture, they've been in the Super Bowl contending picture for the last 3 years. And they were an elbow short of probably making it to the Super Bowl with a third string quarterback. Now you want to talk about how to build a team. They had Jimmy G. Nah, you ain't doing it. They were winning games with Jimmy G though. Nah, you ain't doing it. They go get Trey Lance. Hey, you the future. He gets hurt. Go back to Jimmy G. He gets hurt. Hey, Brock, you up next, man. Brock comes in and all of a sudden they take flight. Reason they were able to do that is because they had the picks to go get Christian McCaffrey. They had the money to re-sign Debo. They had the money for Bosa, Ayuk. Most of these guys was homegrown in the draft. Brock Purdy was in the draft. These sexy quarterbacks that look good on paper, y'all ain't learned nothing from Russ. Russ got to Denver and turned into straight dookie. Again, a lot of people don't trust Desmond Ridder. I get it. Y'all only saw him for 4 games. But nobody knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be Patrick Mahomes until he started playing. Let's just be real. I watch football like science. Bro, I didn't think Patrick Mahomes was going to turn out to be what he is now. So again, I'd rather go this route. Stick with your core plan, man. I guarantee you, when whoever signs Lamar Jackson is $200 million guaranteed starting. Now, if y'all think that building a team means giving one guy $200 million guaranteed, have at it. Have at it. But for me, nah, man, we got bigger pressing issues. Look, what Lamar Jackson had been must-see football for the Atlanta Falcons, of course. Of course. I'm not foolish. But we were the first team with one of them guys behind center. And Mike Vick, what did that get us? One NFC championship appearance. And we got beat by the Eagles, who had a better team. They were more stacked. You look at some of these teams, fam, and wonder why they're constantly in the playoffs. Look at the DNA. Patrick Mahomes is actually an outlier, because it's not every day when you're paying a quarterback, man's contract is like $500 million, and you still won the Super Bowl? This don't happen. Look at what some of these other teams are doing. Philly. When Jalen Hurts got to Philly, bro, they did not want him. These facts. They did not want Jalen Hurts. Now they talking about backing up the Brinks truck. Whatever he wants, pay him. Why? Because they were able to build a championship team around Jalen Hurts while he's still on his rookie. They were able to build that defense. They were able to go over there and kidnap Brown from the Titans. And the boy balled out in the Super Bowl. Balled out. Nobody saw that, Jalen. Come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be real. But look at what these teams are starting to do. And then look at what happens when you end up paying one of these guys. You end up overpaying them. Dallas. Look at Dak Prescott. Dallas is a meme every year. But I'm like, Atlanta's got a lot of ways they can do this. Hey, if you don't think Desmond Ritter's your guy, get a guy in the draft. Now you got another guy on a rookie you can build with. You can't really build with a guy making $200 million guaranteed, bro. You can't. And I hate to break it to people like this, because I know people are really in their feelings today. But there was a reason why the organization got on top of this ASAP. Hell, I even thought when they announced the franchise tag, I'm like, hey, man, Atlanta might have a shot at this. Nope. Shot down immediately. So that tells me that guaranteed money is over $200 million. What's going on? What's going on, fam? What's going on, Francis? But that's what it's telling me. That guaranteed is too goddamn high. Man, if we talking about 160, 170, man, this man is in a Falcons uniform. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But Terry probably heard that number and said, shit, I can't do that. And y'all getting 2 number ones? Yeah, that's the going rate, man. We need those 2 number ones. 2023, 2024. No negotiation. And I gotta give y'all 2 number ones, and I gotta pay him $200 million guaranteed. Yep. Man, I can't do that, dog. That'll cost me my job if this thing goes sideways. This thing goes sideways, I'm fired. Now, when they came in, and think about this, man, there is a level of sticker shock from Terry Fontenot. And I can understand it. You come into an organization that's strapped for cash for 2 years, and you know this walking in. Then Deshaun Watson drops into your lap. Because remember, people forget Deshaun Watson called Atlanta. We didn't go pursuing it. He fell in our lap. The man called. Hey, boss, what y'all got going on there? Oh, you want to come play his shit? Come on. Come on. Man, they got jerseys printed up, ready to rock. The Saints say, oh man, he ain't messing with us. Let's go ahead and back up and start making some of these moves. Carolina out the mix. Almost a foregone conclusion. Deshaun Watson is a Falcon. Here come Cleveland knocking on the door, desperate as hell. We'll give you $230 million, man. We're fully guaranteed. Fully guaranteed. We'll get to you. And Deshaun probably looked at Terry and said, hey, man, can y'all match that? Terry probably said, hell no. Go get your money, Playboy. So there is a level of sticker shock to that, man. Because of what happened with Deshaun Watson last year, it affected this year. I mean, hell, if we're not going to pay Deshaun $230 million fully guaranteed, what makes you think we're going to pay Lamar Jackson anywhere close to that? And we're giving up less picks. Ain't gonna happen. Rusty says, and how many Super Bowls has playing with bum-ass quarterbacks gotten San Fran? Well, if you look at it, again, if Brock Purdy's elbow doesn't fall off the bone, who knows? We will not know. But the fact that they were even in playoff contention, they were in Super Bowl contention with a third stringer. How many times you hear that? A lot of these teams now, man, you look at let's look at this. Let's look at this list right here, man. Let's just take a look at some of the teams. Let's just look at the top 5. Deshaun Watson, Cleveland didn't make the playoffs. Kyler Murray, Arizona didn't make the playoffs. Russell Wilson, Denver didn't make the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay didn't make the playoffs. Josh Allen made the playoffs, got bounced. That's your top 5 right there. That's your top 5. Only one of those teams made it to the playoffs. Now, I'm sorry. If I'm paying you $150 million and up, bare minimum is the playoffs. That's the bare minimum. Matter of fact, let me pull up QBs in the NFL. Period. It doesn't happen like y'all think this is happening, man. Once these quarterbacks get paid like this, man, team fall off a cliff. Look at what happened with Joe Flacco. The season he stuck up Baltimore for all that money. Played through his contract and then went on a tear to win the Super Bowl and then stuck them in the offseason. They didn't have a choice. What happens? Ray Lewis retires. Then they have to get rid of pieces. Joe Flacco becomes a shell of himself. But let's take a look at some of these quarterbacks, man. Hold on, let me pull up this list. Okay. So Zach Wilson, he's on his rookie. Y'all saw what happened with him. Davis Mills, I mean, the Texans are a joke anyway. Matt Ryan. Y'all remember that. The Colts were like, we a quarterback away. We a quarterback away. Matt Ryan's the guy. I've been telling people for years, Matt Ryan fell off a cliff 2 years ago. Matt Ryan will be a bench player. He'll be a second stringer in 2 years if he leaves Atlanta. Oh, you crazy. You out of your mind. You out of your mind. This man, he gonna lead Indiana to the promised land. Man got benched twice. And he getting cut. Now, he was all world. He was all world in Atlanta. From what I was told, it's everything else. It's the offensive line. Guys is dropping passes. It's the offensive coordinator. Defense ain't working. Man goes to a team where the year prior they had one of the best, if not the best, offensive lines in football. They had the best running back in Taylor. All of a sudden, Matt Ryan get there. Their offensive line is damn dead last. Explain that to me. Matt Ryan is not only responsible for the biggest meltdown in Super Bowl history, he's also on a team. Well, I'm not going to say responsible. He was on a team that blew the biggest lead in the Super Bowl, and then this year on a team that blew the biggest lead in regular season. Both of those, this man was the QB. We were paying Matt Ryan about 130, 140, 150, something like that. Man made $100 million off us twice. One Super Bowl appearance. I'm not going to put that Super Bowl on Matt Ryan because he did ball out. So I'll give him credit for that. But that's pretty much all we got. We got 2 13-3 seasons where we bounced out the playoffs. I tell people this all the time. I know Matt Ryan. I know when we in for a loss, before the game start, if they show Matt Ryan over there in the sidelines and he got the deer in the headlights stare, we taking an L before the first snap. It didn't take Indiana long to realize this. Rusty says reports coming out that Carolina and Vegas aren't pursuing him either. I think the league is trying to shut down these huge QB guaranteed contracts. It's too much. It's too much guaranteed money. You cannot build historically. If you're paying a player, it ain't even $200 million. If you're just paying a large amount of your cap to one player, you just can't fulfill other spots. You can't. You just not only can you not, I mean, it becomes tedious. Look at what happened to us, fam. We had a lot of our money in 2 players. Well, 3 if you had that Devontae Freeman contract. We couldn't do nothing. Matt Ryan's contract hog-tied us. Julio Jones' contract hog-tied us. And mind you, when they were here, all world. Julio Jones, when he was here, arguably for almost a decade, either the best receiver in the game or the second best, 1A or 1B. Now look at him. Hammy's off the bone. Man good for 1 or 2 catches a game. In a matter of 2 years being separated from us. Matt Ryan literally is about to start hosting. This man, on Sundays, y'all gonna see this man behind a desk. But they got paid, though. I ain't mad at that. They got paid, but this is what happens. All right, so Taylor Heineke, Washington Commanders. They did make the playoffs, didn't they? I don't know. Denver didn't make the playoffs. The Patriots missed the playoffs. We definitely missed the playoffs. Carolina missed the playoffs. Rams missed the playoffs. Look at what happened in that situation. But that's a situation, you know what? It paid off for that year. Now it's a fire sale with the Rams. Had to let go of Jalen Ramsey as a trade piece because they don't have a first round pick until 2027, bruh. Matthew Stafford, I don't know what the situation is with him. Man, this guy so bad. Sean McVay, there were reports early this year or beginning of late last year where they talking about Sean McVay might be on TV. They got that one ring and said, man, fuck it. Now, if you going all in to go chase the Lombardi in that year, do what you got to do, man. Like Project Pat said, do what you got to do, man, to get a Mizzle. Pittsburgh didn't make the playoffs. But again, they got Kenny Pickett. He's on a rookie. Tennessee did pay Ryan Tannehill a couple years ago. They've kind of been, I mean, aside from Derrick Henry, what have you really heard about Tennessee? Right? Daniel Jones, I don't know what the situation with them is because I haven't really paid attention to the Giants. Well, I haven't gotten any word today who they decided to put the franchise tag on. I know they were negotiating a deal with Daniel Jones, trying to knock that out so they can put the franchise tag on Saquon Barkley, but I don't, since like 11 o'clock, I hadn't heard anything about that, so I don't know. Kirk Cousins has been paid a couple of times. Remember, Kirk Cousins, if I'm not mistaken, was the first quarterback that had a fully guaranteed contract. I think they were paying him $80 million. What has that gotten you? And Kirk Cousins has been on some loaded teams, bro. Minnesota. Oh, they got rid of Stephon Diggs. Then got Justin Jefferson. They got even better at that position. Always had Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, the guy behind Dalvin Cook. What they getting you? Getting you into the playoffs, but you're going after the first round. So, moving forward, Kyler Murray missed the playoffs. Brock Purdy, well, you know, he had the Cinderella story. Aaron Rodgers missed the playoffs. Justin Fields missed the playoffs. Lamar Jackson wasn't even playing, but they were good enough when he was playing that they limped into the playoffs only to lose. Tom Brady, one and done. And I'm going to blame a lot of that on age, but, you know. Dak Prescott, one and done. Geno Smith, who just got, hey, man, get this man his roses. Geno Smith bossed up, I think, his contract. But think about this. 3-year deal, $109 million. Realistically, a contract like that, I can survive. That ain't going to kill me. Even though his first year, they're giving him $52 million. Okay, Jones signed. Okay, so they got that situated. He signed and Barkley got tagged. All right, cool. Jared Goff, Detroit Lions. They look like they kind of look like us. A couple of more moves and they might be dangerous. Because they fought like hell this year. Tua, again, I don't know. They made the playoffs. You can argue if Tua didn't have concussions, they would have beat Cincinnati. They would be in a position that Cincinnati was this year because they played them tough without Tua. But you know, Tua scares me if I'm a GM or if I'm a fan of Miami, man, because you can't take too many more of those hits. You can't. And Tua's still on his rookie. So let's just look at all the teams that are really making some noise, right? Buffalo, before they paid Josh Allen, they went on ahead and got everything situated. They got they had the number one defense in 2020, the 2021 season. I forget what their defense was ranked this year, but they built the defense, they built an offensive line, they went and got Stephon Diggs. This was all under his rookie before they extended him, right? So they have a window. Joe Burrow, another situation. So again, paying a player all this money, man, you got to think about your franchise. And you know, it may be true. These owners might be banding together, you know, because one owner decided to go renegade. Man, we can't give one player this much money. So we'll see if the market shifts. Now, who knows? Atlanta's out now. But if ain't nobody taking a poke at 200 million guaranteed, who knows? But what I'm basically saying is what Atlanta did today is what needed to happen. We're not that desperate. We got cap money. We have picks. We got a good nucleus, honestly. We got 3 guys this year that are still on a rookie. Desmond still on his rookie. Algier still on his rookie. What did Algier do this year? He just broke our rushing record. And Caleb Huntley, mind you, Caleb Huntley came in off the practice squad. If Damian Williams doesn't get hurt, Caleb Huntley probably on another team, bruh. Honestly. Damian Williams gets hurt, Caleb comes in and absolutely starts balling out of control. So I'll just say, whoa, wait a minute, man. Let me get some of this. Then Cordell Patterson goes down. And they like, man, let's go get busy. Then Drake London, which a lot of people in their feelings about because of how high we picked him. Same way the previous year with Kyle Pitts. What does Kyle Pitts do? He comes in, breaks the catch record. And mind you, both of these guys started late. Kyle Pitts wasn't getting targeted until we went to London. And Calvin Ridley wasn't on the roster. He wasn't playing. Matt Ryan didn't have a choice but to throw to Kyle Pitts. You look at Drake London. He started late. One, because Marcus Mariota's arm was ass. So we had Kyle Pitts break the record, and then Drake London comes back the very next year and breaks his record. So we had 2 records broken by rookies last year. And Desmond Ridder had a small sample size, man. 4 games. I'm not ready to I'm not ready to say, hey man, this guy ain't it. I got to have a full season, man. We gave Marcus Mariota what, 8, 9, 10, 11 games? Before we realized, man, he's just trash. This man can't throw a fit. Then, ironically, threw a fit when he got benched. Quit the team. Bro, you had more than one opportunity to show what you had. You can't throw. Defensively is where the attention needs to be, even though I feel like Dean Pease's defensive scheme was straight cheeks. We got to get some guys to start attacking the quarterback, man. I'm tired of seeing these quarterbacks back there long enough to make a sandwich and a collect call. And then a completion. That can't happen next year. This year is basically the year that Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith have to hit it out the park. You cannot have a 7 you can't have a 7-win season this year. Can't do it. Can't do it. This is a playoff season. Your run game already there. You have a Deebo Samuels type of player in Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson he should be a RB3 next year. He should not be your designated starting running back. He should be all the way down to 3 because y'all need to be moving him everywhere else. Tight end, special teams, wide receiver, water boy, everywhere. That's y'all special sauce right there. Now, if Desmond Ridder's given the opportunity next year and he doesn't pan out, well, you know what? Fuck it. Go get you another guy. You'll have cap space next year too. But if you got Lamar Jackson, you'd be worried about cap space almost immediately. Definitely next year. So with that being said, man, listen. Cry your tears of Lamar Jackson. Get all that anger and frustration about you now. Spend a day. If you were a diehard, Lamar Jackson's coming to the Atlanta Falcons. We taking over the NFC South. Yada yada yada. Get it out the system today. And let's get back on Falcon business tomorrow. Because I believe Terry Fontenot's going to make some incredible moves this offseason. I really, really do. I believe they're going to have a slam dunk draft. And I believe we're making it to the play. This is a 10-win team next year. You know, ain't nothing intimidating me about the South. Derek Carr going to the Saints? Man, I didn't lose no sleep. I didn't look at that and say, man, you know what, man, them Saints going to be tough. Man, them Saints going to be tough, dog. Man, we don't even know if Kamara going to be playing next year. I ain't look at that and say, man, you know what? Boy, man, Derek Carr to Michael Thomas, man, that might be a dangerous comp. No, the man had Devontae Adams. If he can't get it done with Devontae, I don't care what he does with Michael Thomas. None of that scared me. I looked at that and I'm like, they might win 6 games. But we have the ingredients to build a good team. I'm excited to see what this defensive coordinator brings. Again, Algier, we already know what's up. Man, if I'm Arthur, listen. Man, I'm telling my team, Desmond Ridder better be throwing the ball right now. As we speak, Desmond Ridder better be throwing to some receiver right now. Algier, I need you to hit the line like the Kool-Aid man. Huntley, get that leg right. Let's get back at it. CP, you need to be a burglar. You need to be all over the place. I need you casing the defense. You need to be everywhere. You're a mismatch everywhere. Kyle Pitts, unicorn. Drake, you need to have a football with some tape wrapped around your hand right now. Defensively, Grady, we getting you some help, baby. We heard you. We heard you. We getting you some help. So, again, man, I don't feel any ways about Lamar. I hope he goes to get his money. I really do. Y'all can blame Cleveland for that nonsense. But for me to sit here and act like Lamar ain't worth the money that some of these guys are getting paid is crazy. We saw what Russ did in Denver. And got the audacity to be impressors after the game. Talking about Broncos country. Let's ride. After a loss. He can say that because y'all done guaranteed this man 165. I'd be happy all the time too. Kyler Murray, 190. For what? For what? And that team going to be dookie next year. You already got Hopkins flirting with other teams. Hopkins, I'm like, hey, Cowboys, I heard y'all interested in the player. Hey, come holler at me, man. I'm single. I'm in a relationship, but I'm single, you know. She know it. I done told her, man. I done told everybody. I'm single. Come holler at me. Your damn number one receiver hollering at he's flirting with other teams. Cliff Kingsbury, man, that team gonna be cheeks. But they paying this man $190 million guaranteed. Think about 2 of these teams. The quarterback got the coach fired. Russ played so bad last year, he got Hackett fired. They had to bring Sean Payton from behind the table to try and fix Russ. The only quarterback I actually see in here, man, and I'm just being honest, is Josh Allen. Deshaun Watson came back, played like cheeks. We expected that. Kyler Murray, again. Russell Wilson, cheeks. Aaron Rodgers, man, listen. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off because I've been on here about 45 minutes. This is another reason why you can't pay one person this much money. Aaron Rodgers is basically hijacked Green Bay. Oh, no, I'll make my decision after I come from a darkness retreat. We're going to be in total darkness for 3 days and I'll have my mind right. Man, listen, I couldn't be the GM. This man would have been in his darkness retreat and in a trade package the same day. You ain't hijacking my team, bruh. Now, and you can tell Green Bay tired because they gave him permission to go talk to the Jets. Man, go holler at him. If you want to go over there, man, fine. And this is after he got him for the paper. Now, y'all ain't hear that talk from Geno. Geno got 3 years, 109 million. Let's ride. I ain't heard nobody from Seattle talking about, man, that's too much money. How can we build a team around? I ain't heard none of that. None of that. Y'all saw what happened when Aaron got that paper, though. Adams won out. Again, man, it's not feasible to do. But anyway, I'm just a fan talking Falcons football. But anyway, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all have yourselves a good rest of the week, man. And again, it's one player. We have a team to build. So let's build that team and let's reconvene when training camp starts. Mount up and ride. That's what we built to do. Y'all gonna forget about Lamar Jackson. When Lamar Jackson gets signed, y'all gonna forget about Lamar Jackson just like y'all did Deshaun Watson. That was a hot topic until he left. Then it took about a week for some people to get over it. Let's ride. Y'all gonna be the same way? In the long run, I'd rather have a stable team for years to come than a hot commodity and wonder what we gonna do to fill these gaps on defense. That's all I'm saying, man. But anyway, I'm out, man. Y'all take care. Peace.